Welcome to That's a Bet podcast, where we talk about the intersection between barbering, entrepreneurship, and technology. And right now, we're about to get into a video. There's a new e-commerce platform that's taken the internet by storm. What do you guys think is the number one e-commerce platform right now? Would you say it's Amazon? Would you say it's Walmart? Well, let's go ahead and get into the video. We're going to go ahead and find out what's going on and see what's going on in the world of business when it comes to e-commerce and online sales. Let's check it out.
Temu has become the most downloaded shopping app in the United States. Temu is cheaper, aggressively promotional, programmed to sell you useless stuff, and it's totally addictive.
Alejandra, hi.
She's going live on Amazon. Think of it like the home shopping network.
How many of you have seen Temu popping up all over your apps on TikTok, on Instagram? And has anybody went into the app yet and actually saw or actually seen what type of items and prices that they have? It's crazy. I went inside of Temu and I almost just started buying up everything, man. Let's find out the reason why it's like that.
For Gen Z and millennials, entirely online, hosted by famous creators like Sandler, who have millions of followers across social platforms.
Walmart's definitely, doubling, tripling down on their e-commerce business, trying their best to take market share away from Amazon or catch up to them. The truth is, though, they still have a long ways to go.
Ain't nobody overtaking Amazon.
It's February 12th, 2023, the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles versus Kansas City Chiefs, and a record-setting 200 million people are watching this moment. Wait, no, that's too far. Rewind.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billion.
Right there. Pause it. Wait, what is Temu? Okay, let's backtrack.
Crazy.
It's February 12th, 2023, the Super Bowl, and Temu, a shopping app that launched just 5 months ago, makes its TV debut on one of the biggest advertising nights of the year, promising bargain basement prices and the opportunity to shop like a billionaire, with not one, but two commercial spots, totaling $14 million. The Super Bowl app...
I was going to say, I know Temu's advertising budget has to be crazy because, that's like the number one platform that I'm seeing in my news feed when I'm scrolling that's running advertisements. I went on Temu one time and I'm being retargeted like crazy right now. It's crazy. I know they have to have a crazy budget.
Had catapulted the up-and-coming shopping app into the mainstream, with app downloads jumping 45% and daily active users up 20% just one day later. By the end of the first quarter, Temu had racked up 19 million downloads in 2023.
I'm sure you've seen this site, Temu, right?
Shopping app Temu has become the most downloaded shopping app in the United States. Temu is cheaper, aggressively promotional, programmed to sell you useless stuff, and it's totally addictive.
The company says that it's able to pass on those.
She said useless stuff. Has anybody ordered from Temu? Are the items on Temu cheap? Are they not good quality? That I've never ordered anything. I did see a rug that I was thinking about ordering on Temu, but I hadn't got around to it yet. I think I just might have put it in my shopping cart. But she said useless products. I wonder why she's saying that they're useless products. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've ordered off of Temu and how the quality of the products were.
Cost savings to American consumers.
Wish.com, AliExpress, the others started a decade ago. They were like MySpace paving the path for Facebook, or BlackBerry paving the way for an iPhone.
But where did Temu come from? And how does it make money selling dirt cheap products? And how did a relatively new shopping platform end up at the center of a political firestorm targeting Chinese e-commerce?
The bigger picture. Let's see what the bigger picture is.
So you see the Super Bowl commercial, decide to download the app. You'll probably be met with something like this. Spinning wheels, countdown clocks, $100 coupons, 25% off, 50% off, 199 cents. Act now. Hurry. Fast. I
definitely got all of that promotion. I was trying to figure out what's going on because it seemed like it seemed like it was too good to be true. I actually thought Temu was a spam site at first. I thought Temu was like a way for people to trick you out of your information because it seemed like it was too good to be true. The promotions talking about 80% off, 70% off, 90% off. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
discounts, you start noticing things are cheap, like really cheap. $19 headphones,
64%
$10 designer
off.
knockoffs, household goods for pennies on the dollar. Whoa, is that a $10 smartwatch? Let's go ahead and add that to cart.
It's really socialized extreme discounting with mega variety, gamified and socialized in order to drive traffic, but most importantly, to build an enrolled base and get consumers to download their app.
Temu is an online bargain shopping marketplace. Similar to Amazon, individual sellers list products through the site, but at heavily discounted rates. Based out of Boston, Temu quietly launched in the summer of 2022, and within a few weeks, the app was already topping Apple App Store charts, surpassing Amazon, Walmart, even Shein. All of this is thanks to a huge advertising.
Did she say surpassing Amazon? That's crazy. They can't be passing Amazon. Can't be. I got to do some more digging into this. This is the reason why you guys come to this channel, is because we're going to figure out what's new, what's going on when it comes to entrepreneurship and technology. And we're going to keep digging into it to understand where the wave is going, where the trend is going. You know, like I said in the previous video that I did, when you understand where the trend is, you're able to position yourself in front of certain trends so that you can capitalize and take advantage of things like that. So, yeah, we're going to do some more digging into Temu passing up Amazon.
Advertising budget with a focus on social media. In January alone, Temu purchased 8,900 ads on Meta platforms. And this is all part of a larger user acquisition strategy, because right now, Temu's not worried about sales. It's worried about you.
They're paying big bounties and referral fees for you and I and every other consumer to bring someone to the site, to download the app, and to make that first purchase. You could go across the social sphere and you'll find people recruiting others in order to earn up to $100 a day on referral fees, or if you're an influencer, you can earn up to $5,000 a month.
The idea is that once you get people onto the site, they start browsing around, they see all these different kind of gadgets and gizmos and things that are being offered, they see the low prices and they think, well, let's give this a try. And what Temu has found is that once people have tried it once, they keep going back and buying more. And some people get quite addicted to Temu. It's very easy to shop. And it's very easy to do it in a quite a thought.
It will be very easy for teenagers, young adults, you know, early 20s to get addicted to something like this. You know, the prices are definitely competitive. You know, like I said before, when I went on there, I thought it was a scam site because the prices just look too good to be true on some of the items. So, yeah, this is interesting.
This way as well, because you're not spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on things. The individual price points are pretty low. So a lot of people order in very high volumes.
Based on some estimates, Temu is projected to spend $1.4 billion on North American advertising in 2023 alone, hoping to grow its user base by an estimated 100 million people.
The value...
How do they get their products to be so cheap, though? Like, that's the question. Is how do they get the products to be so cheap? And what does that mean for the American economy? Obviously, for the consumers, that is a good thing because, you know, the consumers get to save money by getting products at inexpensive price. But can retailers like Walmart and Amazon compete with them? You know, if that's what they're going to be doing, this trend is something that we got to keep paying attention to, because Temu seems like it's just come out of nowhere. And like they said, it's only been around for about 5 months. It's only been around for about 5 months. And, you know, everybody's talking about them already.
Of a monetizable daily active user, we call it MADU in the industry, is worth somewhere between $236 and $726 per active user per year in top line revenue. And they're acquiring these customers at a fraction of the cost of what Amazon or anybody else had to pay in order to get them.
So again, that begs the question, where did Temu come from? And how did it get all this money? Well, if you haven't heard of Temu, you've probably heard of its parent company.
Chinese e-commerce company Pinduoduo going public at the NASDAQ this morning.
Pinduoduo, one of China's big three e-commerce sites with a market cap of more than $100 billion. Temu is the retailer's first major push into the overseas market, where its competitors JD.com and Alibaba already have a footprint. Pinduoduo utilized its already established strategy and logistics network to get Temu off the ground quickly, meaning that though Temu is based in the US, its products are actually coming from distributors in China.
They have a
How did we know that the products were coming from China? Hey, China is doing their thing. You know, if you stand objective and, you know, just looking at it is for at you know what it is for what it is, China doing their thing, you know, in terms of exporting their products to the United States. You know, I'm gonna say that. It's interesting. How can they get their products from, how can you have products that's so cheap and get those products shipped to the United States? And I wonder if they paying any taxes or any tariffs or anything for shipping those products over here, because the prices still remain cheap. The taxes or the tariffs can't be that high if there are any. That's Amazon. I bet Amazon is paying attention to that. Amazon, I guess you wouldn't even say just Amazon, but Amazon sellers, you know, people that sell on Amazon. Because, you know, Amazon is not the only one that sells on Amazon. You get private sellers. You know, I can go sell something on Amazon. So, you know, if that was me and I was selling the products, you know, something that might be on Temu, I'll be better off, you know, wholesaling it from China at this point on Temu.
Supply chain advantage that was built out of their success of Pinduoduo in China, that started out representing rural farmers and producers and agricultural providers, and built that out to every small merchant in China. And now they've extended that to North America.
China is really the linchpin in Temu's strategy. A lot of the products that are sold on Temu are manufactured in China. They're shipped directly from China to the US. So those labor costs compared to manufacturing in the US and elsewhere are really low. So Temu is able to keep those prices very, very low for customers as a result.
So that $10 smartwatch is likely coming from a factory somewhere in China. And just like other Chinese bargain e-commerce sites, that allows Temu to sell items at extremely low prices.
What Temu sells is very generic stuff. It's not well-known brands. So that again keeps prices very, very low because you're not paying for the brand names.
But the same reputational risks plaguing other Chinese retailers like Shein could find their way to Temu. And as far as Temu's concerned, its problems just went federal.
Had to know it was going to go federal.
So you downloaded the app, spun the wheel, dug through discounts, ordered your $10 smartwatch, and now you wait for...
The one thing that I'm learning is that these American companies, they're not going to let China come over here and be the number one business when it comes to selling products to consumers. They're not going to let that happen. So it's of my opinion that when stuff like this goes federal, it's because big corporations here in the United States, they're pressing on the government here to, hey, you need to go check China real quick. You need to go check out what they're doing, because we can't let them be number one. When it came to TikTok, they shutting them down. Temu is going federal. With these electrical vehicles that China has, they're trying not to let those vehicles come over here. I'm starting to see a pattern about this. You know, when China is doing something that could possibly rival U.S. businesses, they don't allow that. They don't allow that to come over here so easily. That's crazy.
Your watch to come from a factory in China. But there's a couple of hiccups. Not all Chinese manufacturers can sell goods in the US.
There's actually a genocide being propagated against the Uyghur people in a place called Xinjiang province in the northwest corner of China. 23 million Uyghur people are having their cultural identity erased. Upwards of 2 million are in concentration camps. As a consequence of this, we passed something called the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, because one of the things that's happening along with the genocide is that hundreds of thousands of Uyghurs are being pressed into labor in factories making all sorts of goods. There are countless goods coming into the United States in violation of the law.
In a recently released report, the U.S. House of Representatives found instances of items on Temu's website being sold or made with materials from the Xinjiang region of China.
I didn't catch that. Did he say that if it's being produced by the Uyghur community because of, it sounded like he said it was some type of genocide going on, and if they're being forced to make products, then they don't want those products being shipped here. They don't want the United States to contribute to the detriment of the Uyghur people out there. So that kind of reminds me of the whole blood diamond thing that was taking place in Africa. I don't know if this is something similar, but we're going to continue to dive into this. We're going to let this play for a little bit more because this is good education. This is good information. This is keeping us abreast to what's going on globally with the global economy, and as investors, as business owners, as service industry professionals. It's important for us to stay up to date with these type of topics. So we're gonna keep letting this play real quick.
In direct violation of U.S. import laws.
Our American companies and others who are actually abiding by the law are making sure that their goods are not sourced from Xinjiang, are now put at a real competitive disadvantage relative to those fast fashion companies that are not following the law.
Most online e-commerce retailers and marketplaces have policies in effect that directly forbid the sale of products from the Xinjiang region. But the U.S. government found Temu only had vague boilerplate language, not directly mentioning Xinjiang. When pressed on it, Temu's defense was, Temu's not the importer of record, meaning they're a marketplace. They don't make the products, they just sell them.
Yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, they have 80,000 vendors and they're basically pointing the finger at them, saying that it's up to them to police this situation. But, that's not going to fly.
And it goes beyond that. Remember those ultra cheap prices? Those help Temu take advantage of something called de minimis shipping, which the government is also pretty skeptical of.
Under our Customs and Border Patrol law, where goods under $800 that are shipped directly from China to residential homes escape all tariffs and duties, and they don't really have a lot of information about their place of origin. So they are also able to potentially skirt the laws that prohibit goods coming from Xinjiang.
Wow. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. If they get to send products over here and avoid paying any tariffs because the value is under $800 and they're shipping them directly to U.S. homes, it's very possible they could be shipping products from the Uyghur community out there, and maybe that's how they're able to keep the prices so cheap. And American businesses, they don't like that. They're like, hey, we're doing everything by the book. We're not sourcing anything from that community out there in China. And so it's an unfair competitive advantage that they're using. So, the United States businesses are going to try to put an end to that. So right now, it looks like Temu is experiencing explosive growth, and American companies may not like that, but it seems like they are using that like Amazon Associates business model, where they have a whole bunch of vendors on the marketplace platform, and now they're coming to the United States. They're just focused on having cheap products, but at the same time, getting U.S. associates or U.S. affiliates to, be affiliate marketers of the Temu platform, so that they can have all of those associates selling those products and advertising, and eventually, they won't have to pay a lot in advertising dollars because they'll have so many associates selling the products for them. So this is interesting. It's good to learn about the different business models that are going on in 2024. I hope you guys got some value out of watching this. If the video did resonate with you, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Also, make sure you scan that barcode at the bottom of the screen if you want to tap into any of our communities or any of my clubs. Also, I'll put that link down in the comments or in the descriptions. And as always, till next time, I will see you guys in the next video.